Hello everyone, I am Dhaneshwar Kumar, uh, pursuing PhD from Bennett University, and I'm going to represent my research project, which is based on the grocery list prediction and suggestion with the help of machine learning. In the in the contents, uh, first I will introduce the project, then we will continue with literature survey and gaps, summary of literature survey, problem statement, proposed work, expected outcomes, and references. So, to introduce my project, we are basically creating daily list of groceries and go to the shopkeeper, then put that list to the shopkeeper and we collect the items. So, I'm going to propose the solution uh, that is based on our previous purchases, and generally we are taking all our groceries from a single shop. So in that case, the shopkeepers may collect all those records, and based on those records, my solution will predict. So when a customer wants to which grocery items, or he may have out of stock of that particular items. So my solution is going to discuss these problems, and we are going to propose a solution for this issue. First, I discuss these things because this is based on the recommendations, and I'm going to tell some analysis on the YouTube and some major platforms. Those are using recommendations. So YouTube, Netflix, or Amazon Prime. These are also based on the predictions. So whenever we see any video, it again recommend us to which type of video you like most, or you want to play next. Okay, but in this case, the YouTube, Netflix, and Amazon, these are not uses any predictions. They are just based on our previous playlist, or our previous data. On the basis of that, but the my solution works entirely different from YouTube, Netflix, because it uses the past of our orders, then predicts and recommends the item to put order. That means Viands will suggest the same kind of products, but YouTube, Netflix, or Amazon Prime never suggest same type of videos to see more than one time. If we talk about the Flipkart or Amazon, these both are the giant of retail shop, and I'm going to first discuss these online retail shops in which we purchase a number of daily consumable items from Flipkart and Amazon, and there is some choice by which we can automatically choose to deliver those goods at regular intervals. Like if anyone wants to purchase a diaper for their kids, then there is also some reminders, and on alternate day or on regular basis after 1 month or within a week, they automatically place your order. Okay, but we have to put that thing. Okay, we have to set those things into these online retail stores. Okay, but in Vines, the role still operates on backgrounds and monitors the consumptions of our goods, like how many times we purchase within a month, how many times we purchase the flour, we purchase the rice, we purchase the sugar. So on the basis of those records, our my solution will perform the data uh, will perform the data analysis and do the results. Okay, and I'm going to take some new up to date the Big Bazaar, Vishal Mega Mart, and Big Basket. These are also provided the online and offline shoppings. Okay, but in these all softwares they provide some discounts if we are the regular customers, but they do not provide such type of things like they already know our item when it going to be finished. Okay, so if these all softwares or a local shopkeepers want to use the proposed solution, then definitely the sales of that shops will increases, because it sends the notification to the customers that you are going to out of stock from your sugar. Okay, so in that case, if he agree, then they just put a key, they just place an order, and the local shopkeepers can be benefited with the help of this. So with the help of these things, the local shopkeepers will also compete with online retailers. But I must tell you, the proposed solution is not based for only for the shopkeepers. It can be used for online retail store as well as offline retail store. So I'm going to use in this project is machine learning, and basically this diagram is showing the types of machine learning. So there are only three types of. Sometimes we also say the semi-unsupervised machine learning, but in my solution I'm going to use the supervised because it is based on the our previous data. So I collect a record of 5 years of a store, and that have approximately 90 lakhs of records. On the basis of those data sets, I'm going to apply our solution. So I'm also doing some literature survey, and there are no any appropriate papers that is exactly doing the same things, but there are so many of papers those are based on the recommendation system. Okay, so I'm going to use both the recommendation as well as the prediction and suggestions. Okay, so I'm just doing the literature survey, and in which I collect the approx 17 papers. On the basis of that, I do the literature survey and find out the conclusions. So these literature surveys basically contain the paper title, author name, proposed techniques, outcomes, and research gap. Okay. And I just to go into the abstract and on the papers, I find out the future scope and any research gap if it is have, and the outcomes. So generally the outcomes is fine on all the papers, but sometimes they are slow and they are very limited. Okay, and the data sets, some in some cases the data sets are very limited, and in some cases the number of records are very limited. So these are just the papers. So I collected the first data set, and data set in which I collect just 5 years of data. That will approx 9 lakh of data, 9 lakh of records, and that has the 8 columns. So basically I'm using to follow the invoice number, stock code. Stock code, we can say the product ID. Then the description, that is the product name, quantity, invoice date, on which date the customer purchases, what was the unit price, and the customer ID and the country. The country is optional, but I use the 8 columns. So in which if we have more than one country, so in that case we can filter that out. So my proposed work is like this. First, the data set will be going to input our system. Then on the pre-processing, first I calculate the metric identification. In metric identification, I am going to find out the main columns on which we have to work. Then we segment the customers, because there are two types of customers. Those are regulars and those are irregulars, or the some customers are very new. So my solution will work only on if the customer are irregular and at least 6 months they are continuous coming to that shop. Okay, then there are also a chance of churn predictions. So on the basis of those data, I also predicted the how many customers does not satisfy or not satisfied with the features or with the behavior of shopkeepers. So I also calculated the churn predictions. Then I just calculated the prediction next purchase day. On the basis of prediction next purchase day, shopkeepers can send the notification with the help of any telecommunication or by call. So he may order or he may confirm the order. Now after prediction next purchase day, I just go to evaluate that process with the help of feature engineering, classification model, hyperparameter tuning, accuracy validation, and finally I concluded that. So the applied process are like this. First, I calculated the monthly revenue from the data set for the shopkeeper. Then I calculate the finally find monthly active customers. So how many of customers are active? Then I calculate the monthly order counts. Okay. Then on the basis of those, I calculate the average revenue per order, new customer ratio, revenue per month for new and existing customers, because on the basis of these records, yeah, our solution will. So the monthly retention rate, customer segmentation, recency, frequency, and revenue. So after execution of these projects, I'm going to show some outputs, and this screen will show the monthly revenue from data set for the shopkeeper. So as we can see, the x-axis will contain the year, and the y-axis will contain the metrics in millions. Okay, so in this case we can see the highest retention, the highest revenue is at the 2019 at this point. Okay, then I calculate the monthly growth rate. On the basis of that, we can conclude, like, if any shopkeeper implements the solution, then how is it beneficial? If it does not have the basic or high monthly growth rate, then there is no need to do. So this one is the monthly active customers. On the basis of same data, I calculated the monthly active customers. Then the new customer ratio, as I already mentioned on the proposed work. Then the recency. These are the frequency, monetary value, segmentation, and this segmentation is based on the revenue and frequency. Then segmentation on the basis of revenue and recency. Then frequency with recency. And finally, the shopkeeper will get the recommendation list, in which the shopkeeper will get the customer ID and the product name. That means uh, the particular customer are going to out of stock on that particular product name. So he may contact to that customer and take the order with the help of any telecommunication or WhatsApp. There are so many of now communication devices or networks are available, so the shopkeepers are free to use any. So the conclusion are basically, today we are using the many, day by day we are using the a number of orders with online and offline. So any shopkeepers can be benefited if he or she is going to use my solution, our solution. The future scope, the same solution can also be used in the similar type of problems, and these are the basically references that I used on my project. So if you have any problem, any question related to my project, then you just send me the chat message, or you can send me the mail, and I'm also going to share the email ID of myself, so that anyone can contact with me. Thank you very much.